Atlanta cabbie by day, amateur auto duelist by night, Ricky Turner is living the dream. That is, until he wakes up in a Gold Cross facility to discover his last match was more than a failure. It was a fatality. Indebted for the cost of the clone body and reboot, Ricky heads back to the arena to do the one thing he knows how to do: drive offensively. But at the rate amateur matches pay out, it'll take several lifetimes to pay his debt. Luckily, the AADA has announced a new nationwide road rally designed to challenge even the hardiest of auto-dueling teams. Dead Man's Run. Can Ricky and his clandestine crew traverse the wasteland from Atlanta to Sturgis, survive against packs of cannibals, roving biker gangs, and amateur auto-duelists out to make a name for themselves? Welcome to the world of the Car Warriors Auto Duel Chronicles. Tales from the freeways of the future, where the right-of-way goes to the biggest guns and death sports rule the airwaves. From clandestine highway battles to primetime arena combat, jump behind the wheel, follow the fast-paced action, and never forget to drive offensively.
Do you love sparkly vampires? Well, too bad, because you won't find a single one of those fancy bloodsuckers in this collection. It came from the Trailer Park, a fun collection of horror and old-school creature feature with a hefty helping of B-rate tropes thrown in for good measure. From aliens to demons to werewolves and so many more, you're sure to fall in love with these tales of the macabre. So come on in, take a load off, and get yourself ready for 19 unforgettable tales straight from the Trailer Park. It came from the Trailer Park. From Three Ravens.
Wait, shit, wrong buttons. I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
What did you do?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Button. Okay, so we've got the randomness road trip thing. Yeah, we're on our way to Imaginarium. We are about an hour and a half out from the hotel and getting set up and all that good stuff. I've already been seeing reports that was it Haley and Kevin Steverson and Chris Woods? They're all up there already hanging out, doing their thing. So it's going to be interesting this weekend. We're going to have us a good time. We're going to have a good convention. I'll get the chance to meet Terry Brooks. And we're going to have a bunch of fun. So let's see here. Okay, this thing is, I don't know how to work this on my phone. I'm using my phone for one thing, and I've got the map on the other. See, there's where we're at. I think it's working. As long as the signal may drop. Well, okay, yes, there we are. So it's showing us. It's working so far. Let's see. So for this Imaginarium, last year we took home 5 awards. Was it one for the poetry collection, one for Witch Hunt for best alt history, I think it was, or best historical fiction. We took the audio home for The Raven and the Crow, Darkstorm Rising. The Sizemore Award for Best Small Press, and then I took one personally for the Hollering Holly Award for my outgoing personality. I don't know where the hell she gets that from. I'm not outgoing. I'm just an asshole. Oh, wait. Okay, so maybe the signal is still working for me. I don't know. We'll see. If it's still broadcasting, cool. If not, we're winging this thing because I'm trying something new. How do I go back from this? I want to stay in the broadcast. I want to get out of the chat. There's chat. I don't Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so I am back after it dropped the signal, and we'll have to see how this works. I'll just have to make sure not to move from this screen because the cell phone seems to be stronger than the signal in the truck that I'm broadcasting. Oh, wait, it stopped presenting. Yeah, let me represent that because I was trying to show our map of where we're at because it's kind of cool. And I don't know if it's working very good, honestly. Maybe. No, but this year we have the opportunity to take home possibly 7 awards. One award for sure we will be taking home. That's going to be an audio award. Jim Curtis's RimWorld was up for one of the audios. Smuggler's Run by me and Christopher Woods is up for audio, and Wildcat. Now, out of the 3, I got a feeling that I'm taking a personal one home for Wildcat because dude was just epic. I love all the audios, but at the same time, it's like that one's probably my favorite, and dude did a really good job. Mark Boyette, that's the one. So we're at least taking an audio award home one way or the other. The others, we'll see. We're up for Steampunk Fantasy, Best Sci-Fi, Best Anthology for Trailer Park 2, which is epic. And we will have a bunch of copies at the table along with the Car Wars stuff. And you know damn well I'm going to be entering that for next year. So we'll have to see how this goes. Holly's got me scheduled for about 6 or 7 panels, possibly more. I told her I'd jump in and fill in where I could on stuff. Just depends on what they had going on and what they needed help with. Because, people drop. They can't make it. Life happens. And I totally get that. So I'll jump in and do what I can. Where's trying to see if I got any chat streams. For some reason, this thing is not feeding me the chat in StreamYard. Now, I'm going to have to contact them about that. Let me stop this. I don't want to. Okay, stop that feed. All right, so I can get in here and I can actually look at anything that pops up on Facebook or on YouTube if somebody's actually trying to chat with me, because I can't see it right now. Oh, Chris Walker, map is visible. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to know. So hold on, let me pull up this other thing so I can actually see the chat and I can answer you guys. Oh, wow. It's actually giving me, wow, that's kind of cool. Yep, okay, I got you, Chris. And let me stop this because I don't want to eat up my bandwidth. I just need to see the chat. So, yeah, we're up for 7 awards this year. Crap, I should have just kept it up so that I could. Where's my notes? I had notes someplace. I am so unprepared for this, but, I'm winging it and trying something new just because. And, well, let's see here. While this thing boots up, I'm not even going to screw with that. So we got an Isaac that we drive with us. The Word Witch is driving, and then that thing over there. And then, of course, we got Hank the Hypnotoad, who is judging everyone. Get in there, Hank. Wait, there it is. There's the look. Still trying to figure out this camera. I think it's backwards. There we go. I got a list from when I did my little live thing the other day. Okay, so Best Anthology it came from the Trailer Park 2, edited by me and Jenny Wren. Best Audiobook Narration, by Curtis. Smuggler's Run and then Wildcat. Fantasy Novel, we've got The Raven and the Crow, The Gray Throne Up. Best Historical Fiction, High Hopes by John Olson. Best Science Fiction Novel, RimWorld Diplomatic Immunity by Jim Curtis. Best Steampunk Novel, The Dwarves of Rom, Omens of War by Michael K. Falciani. Best Short Story Collection, Paranormal City by Stephen Oliver. Chronicles from the World of Guilt by Chris Durston. All damn good titles. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. If we take a bunch more, that's going to be epic. I'm going to love it. And I really hate popularity contests. The Dragon Awards, yeah, it has some validity, but in the end, it's a popularity contest. The community gets a vote on it. What's your favorite? And really, if you have a strong backing already, you're going to win. Imaginarium is based on the merit of the work. They go through, they review, and they critique, and they decide. Just like Writers of the Future, it's based on the merit of the work. It's nothing to do with popularity. And that to me has value. Popularity, it's worthless. It really is intangible. You can't measure it when it comes down to the work itself. They may be a great person, but their writing's crap. I don't know. Just one of those things for me. What was it? Earlier, before we stopped for breakfast, Mama was thinking we might have passed the troublemakers heading up from Texas, because she saw a Texas plate in an SUV, and I don't remember what they're in. I'm pretty sure Courtney and Jonah and Ian were coming up from the blanket fort. I don't know. I think Jim was flying. I don't think he was riding with them. So we'll see Jim there. He was planning on coming since he's up for 2 awards. But if we can catch back up to that vehicle, we'll find out if it's a blanket fort or not. We'll make sure and flip them off as we go by and say, bye-bye. Yes, I'm just rambling because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just trying something new because I can. Isaac looks nervous. I think he's scared. I might bite him. But I got fed. Word Witch fed me. Might eat Hank. So this is actually working pretty decent as long as our signal holds. And we are setting at 4G still, so okay. I guess that's Chris that's hanging out. Wait, it's Friday. Everybody else is at work. Wait, where's Maya? It's 8:42. She should be awake by now. I need to tag her in this. Maya. She's like always there just about. I'll get a chance to hang out with Michael Noss this weekend. He's the anchor author for Trailer Park Volume 3. And for those who hadn't seen it yet, Faith Hunter supplied the opening for Trailer Park Volume 3. I have a new email out to Bruce Campbell about Volume 4. And hopefully I'll get a email back. At least get a reply, at minimum. But I want to know what his price tag is. Here lately I've been doing a lot with the Kickstarters. I've got the Kickstarter set up for Car Warriors. That way we can go ahead and get cover art ahead of time. I can get some editing help into the publishing queue, and we can get things done a little bit faster. And that one kicks off August 1st. Yes, it would be. Well, I straight up asked him, okay, what will it cost me? 1, to get you to do an opening essay for the trailer park. 2, what would it cost me to have you narrate it? I want 2 price points. And, doing these Kickstarters, I'm seeing the benefit and how this can actually work well. So we got the one for the Car Warriors up. It's on pre-launch right now. It goes live on August 1st. It runs till about mid-September. It's a 45-day run. See if we can't get some stuff in there. And we'll have a lot of good stuff like, merch and all that, coins. And there's options for Tuckerizations into the Car Wars universe. So all that got me to something like that for the trailer park with the Kickstarter. And if we get enough funding, and I can pay the man. And hell yeah, we get Bruce Campbell. So that's one of those, you never know until you ask. A question unasked, the answer is always going to be no. So ask a fucking question. It doesn't hurt. It's going to take you, 2 seconds to punch out an email? What are they going to tell you? No? Oh, bless your heart. It's going to hurt your feeling? You need to get over yourself. It's just shut up. That's just the way it is. If you can't take rejection, you're in the wrong field, because blood on your manuscript is going to happen until you get to the point where it doesn't. And at the point that you start letting go of that control and let the ego off of it a little bit, that's when your writing starts taking off. That's when it starts finding its own voice. At least that's the way it did with mine. I've had the benefit of being in engineering for a while, and that has helped because I got my drawings bled on constantly. And it's not easy. You put your hard work and time into something, and somebody's like, no, that's wrong. Ooh, dinosaur. Oh, I wish I could flip its camera easy. Wait, hold on. There's a roadside dinosaur world. I don't know if I can see it. Is it showing a dinosaur world? It might have showed it. I don't know. What was I talking about? Squirrel. Question unasked. Oh, yeah. So, I forgot where I left off. Okay, so one of those things. Look, I got coffee. I have fuel. I need more. Welcome to the chaos of the road trip. Da, 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 da. So, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Blood and having thick skin and all that. So, expect to get blood on your stuff to the point yet you don't. And when you still get it, that's okay. I mean, the word witch bleeds all over my stuff heavily because I suck at punctuation. I suck at commas. Commas and apostrophes. Those are my evil ones that I suck at. She catches them. She loves me, I think, maybe. She just wants the life insurance, possibly, but I don't know if there's much there anyways. But still.
Must be doing something on a pump around for 19 years.
Yeah,
There's a Texas.
she's been drunk for 19 years, maybe. I don't know. That's why she hung around that long. I don't know what they're in.
Not in Texas.
I have no idea what they're driving in. If I knew what kind of car they had, yeah, that's a Texas plate.
That's a Texas plate.
But no, that's part of learning to take it constructively. And, anytime anybody bleeds on anything of mine and call me out on something, I still get that little pain. But I'll step back, I'll look critically. Okay, can this improve it? Can it not? It needs to convey. Does it not? And, I'll work with that and make it a better product in the end, because that's what we're doing. We're making a product. We're making something for people to love and enjoy. And if you can't get past your own ego to do that, and it's going to you learn writing styles and writing to mark like that too. But there's a lot of different aspects you got to take into it. We had a little talk last night, didn't we? He looks nervous still. I'm not going to bite much. I got to giggle out of the Isaac. I didn't tell Jenny that I was doing this. So she worked. And I think Phil and Heather are on their way, so we'll see them up there. Brain work. Okay, writing stuff. So, I've been editing, well, not really editing, reviewing all the submissions for the post-apocalyptic anthology. There's another Texas. Shit. Nope, that's not the blanket for it.
It's not that guy.
I've been reviewing all the submissions for the post-apocalyptic anthology that we were doing. Car Wars got in the way. I will not deny that. And that's okay, because it's it's one, worthwhile, and two, that's going to help uplift more than a few of us. So the benefit of that is very good. The stories that I'm getting in are actually, the majority have been really good. There's been a few of what the fuck, and okay, by now, if you've been submitting to us for a while, I hate present tense. Don't send me present tense. I'm going to cut a motherfucker. Okay? I don't like it. It hurts my eyes. I want to claw them out and like just scream. Very rarely do I ever like something written in the present tense. Isn't that right, Isaac? I'm making him nervous. You might claw my eyes out too. You will claw my eyes out? Okay. One of the stories that absolutely I fell in love with. If you remember Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and the lost tribe of kids from the plane crash, they had their own kind of language going on because they had been abandoned. So they formed their own language from the younger kids growing up, and then they started having kids because they were late teens. And what was it? Part of that was, wow, that poor truck is needing some love.
Oh, that's blue tape there.
Well, yeah, they got blue tape holding the fender on. And what was it? There was something. There was like a school trip or something like that. The plane crashed. So you got all these kids, and they ended up having their own speak. And the submission came from New Zealand. I don't remember the name. I don't remember the author's name or the name of the title right off. But it was written in such a way that I immediately started thinking Beyond Thunderdome and those kids. And, just the term dead and gone. And they use little things like that have meaning. And you have to do a little translation, and that's okay. It's nowhere near as bad as Clockwork Orange. Oh, dear God, that thing's rough to get through. That's like reading the Foxfire books and having to translate Granny up on the hill talking about slaughtering a hog. I mean, I grew up in that, but that was hard to read. But this, it's recognizable, it's enjoyable, and did we lose signal again? Maybe. I think the computer lost signal. The phone's still going.
Troy lost his signal.
And I just fell in love with it. And I'm going to honestly ask the author if he has any plans of doing something more, because I would love to see a small series of books based in this universe. There's 2 or 3 of them. The one that I finished reading this morning. By the time I got done with it, I was questioning what this story was to begin with, because I'm like, okay, get to the point. What's the story about? And the further I read, it's like, okay, this is going to be a relationship story. Post-apocalyptic themed. And that's really what it ended up being. It was a relationship story. It was a post-apocalyptic romance for the beginning of it. And by the end of it, I'm like, I'm sold. And I put it over in the keep folder. And that one, it's going to be on the bottom of the keep list. It's a good story. It didn't wow me, oh my God, like the New Zealand one. But it's still a good story. But that one's going to be down toward the bottom of the list, where if there's something else comes along, it might get bumped. And I've still got, let's see, that one I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more stories to review. And one of those is from Robert Silverberg. So it's probably going to get I'm not going to turn the man down unless it's something's not relevant to today. But at the same time, I think showing that type of story from back in the day is important, so we know where we came from. We can learn and grow from the writers of the past. I mean, I like Heinlein, but I don't. To me, his stuff is a little bit slow and dry. I'm sorry, y'all, everybody that loves Anne McCaffrey. I tried reading Dragon Riders of Pern. I made it through 2 chapters that I forced myself through. But those first 2 chapters are also 2 chapters of telling, and it wanted me to gouge out my eyes. So, but we've all got our thing that we really like. I don't know if it's still even broadcasting. I think it is. Maybe. No, I like Heinlein. I do, but it's slow and dry. There's a lot of it. Starship Troopers wasn't bad, but there were still slower parts. Have Spacesuit Will Travel. That one's okay. But it's also a different style of writing. It's from a different period of writing. It grows and it morphed. Think about turn of the century. Think about Frankenstein. You go back and look at that, Jekyll and Hyde and all that, how fiction has come along since then. I mean, those are cutting edge science fiction novels from back in the day. The Time Machine, beautiful story. But I think he had a better grasp on showing than the telling. And there were narration bits in there, but nowhere near as bad as, like reading Jekyll and Hyde or, the Sherlock Holmes stuff that I've read hasn't been horribly bad. So I can't say too much there. I've read a lot of stuff. Nowhere near as much as I want to, because there was about 15 years that I didn't read out of fear that I was going to accidentally copy somebody else's stuff. Are you going to connect again? Well, I guess I ain't going to do the map anymore. The phone's still broadcasting. No, wait, it's still Maya there, isn't it? Yes, I'm rambling. And signals coming in and out. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it off here. And the test worked. I can do this remotely while traveling. And there's my freaking ear. Isaac's nervous. And we will see everybody in just a little while. We got another hour and 5 minutes, and we will be at the hotel. So catch y'all later. And where's my button? Is it working now? Oh, it's going to let me back in. I can do the closeout. Yay! As soon as it loads. Finish loading. And where's my button? Yes, my button. Do. And here we go. Bye.
Ever have that kind of day where everything gets weird? Step out in the morning with your coffee to see all your garden statuaries have come to life and are fighting each other? Head out from work and your car gets fatally pecked by a giant chicken. Eat at your favorite restaurant only to have your childhood crush slaughtered before you get dessert? No? Huh. That's what happens when you deal with the staff of chaos. Book 3 in the Lady of Death series by J.F. Posthumous.
There is a thin wall between our world and that of the Fae. The passions and emotions stirred by violence and combat bleed over, and the supernatural often awakes from long slumber to meddle in mortal affairs. There have always been those among us willing to meet the supernatural threat. They are the men and women of Joint Task Force 13. They hold the line between heaven and hell. JTF 13 from Three Ravens Publishing. Available on Amazon.